in the midst of the bad flood, we had this big headline this morning saying that Thailand will become new Thailand, and the money to be spent on making a new Thailand would be nearly $1 trillion baht, which is what? 900,000 million baht?
Yes.
Over 5 years?
Billions, yes.
And what are you going to make Thailand out of this amount of money?
We try to do a follow-up on this.
Yes.
And we haven't got much more than what was said yesterday. Actually, this is...
It didn't come from the Prime Minister.
She said something about it today.
Did she use the word New Thailand?
No, that's the point. She said that the word New Thailand is just something that is very initial. No,
Tentative,
initial. Yes, tentative, and we haven't...
Speculative,
yes.
should I say?
And she also said that it's a long way to go. A lot of things had to be finalized, and maybe a committee has to be set up to look into this, how to do the budget and all kind of things.
So when I saw the story, I was a bit surprised that out of nowhere this figure came out. Almost 1 trillion baht, and there were no real details of what they were going to do.
Right, this is such a big thing that the government has speak so little about, and it came from the energy minister, who told reporters on Sunday that the government at a meeting yesterday morning, this thing came up at that meeting, and he said he make us feel like it's a definite plan by the government to do it. But Kun Yingluck today has come out and sort of pour cold water on that.
I see. But in the beginning when I saw that, I thought, wow, this is a very clever way of covering up the flood story. You know, a new headline, a big story, a lot of money is going to be spent. We're going to call it New Thailand. So the Thai people in general might, feel a little bit excited, and for a few moments maybe they could forget about the flood.
Well, but for me, there's no way Kun Yingluck could have come up with anything like that. She was so busy over the past few days, and it's not in her character to just come out with this kind of thing. And even the Pheu Thai MPs, the insider at the party, they had no idea about it. And even those MPs, they link this story with what happened on Saturday. The relocation of the FROC from Don Mueang to the Rat Pao intersection.
So this is a sort of an offensive story to cover up a defensive strategy of having to...
This is a speculation by some of the Pheu Thai MPs who thought that it could have something to do with what happened on Saturday, and possibly Kun Thaksin Shinawatra as well. They don't believe that Kun Yingluck would have thought of anything.
Wow, such a big idea, mega project, a scheme has to come from Kun Thaksin. It couldn't have been Kun Yingluck's own idea, or even some of the ministers. They could have thought up 100,000, 200,000 million baht scheme, but not a trillion baht scheme.
And the private sector, we try to get some reaction today.
Yes.
And all of them are like us. It came out of the blue for them. And they said they have to figure out what it is all about first. But mostly they welcome any plan, any project that could prevent this thing from happening again next year. So anything would be welcomed by these people. But they say that they got to have to learn more information from the government.
No, you don't seek headline before you've got details. And the thing that is sort of putting the horse before the cart, or putting the cart before the horse.
Right. The details that we know is 100 billion baht will be spent on immediate plan.
Well, that's it. Reasonable.
Yes, to revive the industries affected by this crisis, and then another 800 billion to revamp water management in the country.
So first thing first, I think, and the government, especially Kun Yingluck, we have to make it clear how the current situation will be solved, and then come the recovery plan. You cannot talk about recovery while people are still suffering and not having enough to eat. because the headlines this morning, the 900,000 million baht scheme with the picture of people scrambling to get food. So it's just a big contrast.
A big irony.
Big irony, big contrast that I don't think it works at all. So I think you have to reconsider your overall plan and make things, step by step rather than screaming from the rooftop. And the rooftop, when you look down, is also flooded.